This video is a Lunch and Learn program produced by the Technology Committee of the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers. It is intended to be watched by you and members of your firm to inform you about this topic, which is LinkedIn, and the other topics that are covered in the other Lunch and Learn programs. I am Ken Raggio of the Dallas firm of Raggio & Raggio and a fellow of the Academy. My co-presenter here is John Harding of Northern California, also an Academy member. This short program will show you both the why and the how of how LinkedIn works and why you want it for your practice. Social networking is a technology phenomena that is sweeping the globe and adding a new option for marketing. Websites like Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter are changing the way people meet, mingle, and communicate. Rather than picking up the phone and saying hello or writing a letter, people are logging onto the internet and sending messages across these computer internet-based platforms, including LinkedIn. Social networking keeps us in contact with our clients and colleagues and helps us market our practices. LinkedIn is a business-focused networking website that helps all of us market ourselves and our practices. More than 120 million people are registered with the website and the service, and new members are joining every day at the rate of 2 per second. It is fast becoming the default business-to-business directory. If you want to market your law practice to other business professionals in the electronic age, LinkedIn is the way to do it. In a nutshell, each LinkedIn member creates a personal profile page, much like you would create a resume. For those of you familiar with Martindale-Hubbell, your personal page on LinkedIn could be considered similar, but with more bells and whistles. That profile then becomes a searchable part of the LinkedIn business directory. For example, someone entering Texarkana divorce lawyer into a LinkedIn search would get a list of all the Texarkana lawyers that are members of LinkedIn. If you're not a member, you don't get the referral. So it's a way to do networking as a marketing tool. The way that people participate in LinkedIn is by making connections with other LinkedIn members. The simplest connection is the appearance of your profile as part of the searchable database that is LinkedIn. The next step is to create more intimate connections with other LinkedIn members. Consider this the new way of exchanging business cards. Through the LinkedIn program, you invite someone to connect with you, or they ask you to connect with them. Once the connection is accepted, that person becomes a part of your LinkedIn network. Their name appears in the connections list on your LinkedIn page. They have given you their business card and you put them in your Rolodex. This helps you to market your practice and bring in new business. Think referrals. You can also participate in groups. Groups are collections of people with similar interests gathering together to chat and share information. In addition to being an online resume for you and your practice, LinkedIn helps you to get content out onto the internet. That content mentions you and your practice to the internet audience and, more importantly, to the search engines. Those search engines such as Google, Bing, and Yahoo then place you on their search places and help you drive viewers to your personal website through your LinkedIn profile. So how do you get going with LinkedIn? You go to the LinkedIn website and create an account. A basic membership is free. If you fall in love with it, there are grander fee-based accounts. For starters, the basic membership is more than adequate. So let's go to LinkedIn.com. With your arrival, you see this home screen. Complete the Join LinkedIn box and you are good to go. Once your account is created, you are taken to your home page. This is the place you'll be taken every time you log on to LinkedIn. Your home page has a box for you to post updates about yourself. It shows you who is in your network. It includes updates from the people that you will eventually be adding to your network. It is also where you go to edit your profile. Your profile is your LinkedIn lifeblood. This is where everything starts for you and LinkedIn. It is your business card, resume, listing, billboard, yellow page ad, and what everyone else on LinkedIn will see when they check you out. Make sure you spend a good bit of time adding as much information about yourself as you can. Let's look at Melissa Brown's profile. She's the chair of the technology committee and did the first Lunch and Learn program. Her profile is what a great profile looks like. At the top, she gives her pedigrees and AV ratings, etc. She has a great photograph, etc. She is really selling herself, and that's exactly what she's supposed to do. It's all about marketing, folks. Every member of LinkedIn is there to sell themselves and to market their business. That's why the site exists. Don't be embarrassed. If people didn't want to see you and everything about your business, they would not be members of LinkedIn. Back in the summary and all the things down at the bottom is where you elaborate, give more details about your personal story. Clients hire the lawyers as well as the law firm. The summary section is your opportunity to give your visitor more information about you and about where you work. After completing your profile, it's time to fill your LinkedIn Rolodex. This process is called making connections. The process is very simple. Do a search for people you know. Once you've identified a few, click on the Add Connections button. You can also add connections by importing your contacts from Outlook, Google Contacts with LinkedIn's importing tool. Well, let's get started by making connections by taking the profile for Academy Fellow Alton Abramowitz. Click on the Connect button. Select how you know the contact, then add a note or use the LinkedIn default that you see on the screen. Finally, click on the Send the notice of invitation. When the contact accepts your invitation, LinkedIn will send you a notice. That person is now one of your connections. He or she is in your Rolodex and vice versa. Once you get some momentum going, people will send invitations to you and your connection list will grow. Groups are mini communities within LinkedIn. They are places where people with similar interests can assemble, make connections, share information, and chat. For example, there is an AAML group in LinkedIn. Once you create your account, click on the groups on your home page. Try this. Go to the group search bar and type in AAML. This will take you to the banner for the AAML groups. Click on the Join Groups button. After your request to join is accepted, you are a member of the group. You will receive the announcements from the group, be able to read the posts from the other group members, and make connections with other AAML members of the group. Let me explain a little bit more about groups. As you surf through the groups listing in LinkedIn, you will find thousands of interest groups. Some people are listed hundreds. Melissa Brown has about 50 that she's members of. Type the name of your college or law school and etc. And guess what? There's a group. There's something for everybody when it comes to group. Beyond the subject matter, there are open groups and closed groups. Open groups are obviously open to everyone, and closed groups aren't. The benefit to open groups is they're usually larger and then present you with a bigger audience and more information. Unfortunately, the open groups are also targets for spam, and think about getting Viagra marketing, etc., on there. Closed groups, on the other hand, are more selective about who can join. You can make a request to join, and then the administrator will grant you admission if you're an upright, worthy person. The AML is a closed group, but we can probably arrange to get you in. Membership is only open to the fellows of the Academy. This is by design so that we can focus discussion amongst fellows and to filter out the spam in and advertising. LinkedIn is always changing. Options and tools are always being added or improved. Shelves full of books have been written on how to be LinkedIn and how to be a good LinkedIn and use it perfectly. There's a learning curve, but it isn't that steep. The best way to learn about LinkedIn is to get signed up and start using it. The tips we've given here are only a primer and only the rudimentary starting points. Don't be afraid. Jump in head first and have fun with it. Remember, don't be embarrassed to sell yourself. That is what LinkedIn is for. It is a new way of communicating and marketing. Once again, thank you for your attention to John's and my program.